Soon everyone, welcome back to Emnix Plays Path of Exile Breach League Hardcore. Last episode we finished up Act 3 and today, or this episode, it's going to be a lot more chill, a lot more relaxing. Or I guess more chill than normal. I don't know if we're going to be doing too much progressing today. I actually wanted to just spend some time, get some farming done actually. Is it necessary? I don't know, maybe not. But we are a little, I don't want to say underleveled. We're not underleveled, but I kind of want to play it safe. So level 54 is like a pretty good spot for this area, but I think I'd rather be somewhere close to, like, you know, level 57, level 58 before I try to move on. Act 4 is one of those areas where things can get, you know, very dangerous if you aren't well prepared. So, you know, the first couple areas, the aqueduct, the dried lakes, they're really easy. But once you get into the mines and you start facing, you know, Calm, the Resto and stuff, like, if you don't have good offense, if you don't have good defense, it can really take you by surprise, and the chance of death is, you know, it's pretty high up there. So normally what I like to do is when I get to Act 4, you know, you farm a little dried lakes, and why do I have Herald of Ash? That's not what I want. You farm little dried lakes, and then you're able to at least, you know, have some good gear, have some good levels, and then hopefully blast through, you know, the second half of Act 4. So Act 3, Act 4, it's gonna take 2 episodes every time, I'm sure. It's just, you know, it's one of those things. It's a little long. You know, so, you know, maybe it might even take 3 episodes if we end up farming, because typically what I end up doing is I farm outside, like off camera, and then when we get into the game, you know, I actually just focus on progression. But I figured, you know, maybe for once we'll actually, you know, show some videos of what I like to do for farming, which honestly, like, there's nothing special there, right? Like, you go into dried lakes and you just kill stuff, and you turn off your brain and just, you know, and just pay enough attention to not die, which is basically what we're gonna do. But you know, that in itself is some people might think like, oh, you know, turning off your brain and playing a game, like, what's the point? Like, you're just, you know, you're wasting your time. But you know, that's actually a pretty good way to play. It's nice and therapeutic, right? Like, it's just a way for you to de-stress. So, you know, today we're gonna sort of let's just play some games and let's talk. Now, how am I feeling about, you know, things overall? I wish we could go back to gratuitous violence. I can't tell you how much I miss that skill right now, or that passive point. Our damage is fine, right? Like, it takes us a while to kill things, but at the very least we can still kill things. So my only concern is that what happens in Merciless, right? And not only that, like, gratuitous violence helped us clear so easily, and now we're at this point where it's like, yeah, we can clear, but it takes a couple hits and it just doesn't feel as nice. You know, when we were doing knockback, cyclone, gratuitous violence, the moment one thing dies, everything else would die as well. But it's not the case here, and I can't get it for my next ascendancy because I really need spell block for Merciless. So we're kind of gonna have to struggle for an entire difficulty until we get the Merciless ascendancy, or we get gratuitous violence and we just play really carefully. Which one would I prefer? Well, we tried gratuitous last time and I know myself and I didn't play carefully. So with that in mind, it's like, okay, well, if I'm not gonna play carefully, let's just focus on, you know, playing slow and not dying. Like, force ourselves to play carefully, or give ourselves passive so that even if we don't play carefully, we still won't die. So that's why we're gonna get Versatile Combatant first. 100% spell block versus Gratuitous Violence. It's a little sad, really. I still need to build up our stock of jewels, and we need to start increasing our life values as well. There's just a lot of things that we're gonna need, and honestly, the currency part is a pretty big concern as well. You know, like, how do we get all this currency? I guess the idea is just play more, farm more. You know, hard work. It pays off eventually, I suppose. Now that boss, although I'm interested in fighting, he stays in the same spot, and I'm not interested in that too much. See, this is annoying. Alright, there we go. But I mean, we're doing fine here. There we go. Apparently we're too stupid to level up increase AoE, Tempest Shield, and Blasphemy. Just not enough int. Even though I would very much like to level up the gems more. What does Blasphemy do? Oh, increase radius. Okay, so I guess, I mean, having load radius on Blasphemy kind of sucks. But still, like, this is far enough. And that's about as far as our skill goes anyway, so I suppose it doesn't matter. I guess I don't need to level it. I'm just gonna... There. And increase AoE. See, Tempest Shield I would like to level. But our block chance isn't affected by, like, 3% block chance. Like, that's already enough. So I don't want to add on more intelligence requirements to ourselves. So let's just make sure we don't level any of these skills anymore. Like, Tempest Shield gives you a static 3% block no matter what level it is. So it's like, unless we want to do more damage with Tempest Shield, which honestly we don't, because we don't care. Let's just, yeah, it's fine.
May fear guide.
So today, like I mentioned, we're just gonna do a couple dried lakes. See if we can maybe get to the crystal vein. And then we'll probably call it an episode. Why am I keeping these unique items? Honestly, I don't know. Half of these things are like instant vendor. But I can't bring myself to do it. They're unique items. Veil. Okay, dried lakes time. Do I want to do this with a party? There are no public parties. Wow. You know that, like, no, it's not. I was about to say like that game, but I'm like, no. You know that, you know, you're approaching the end of the league when in Cruel and Merciless people stop making public parties. And I mean, typically when you get to the end of the league, people start playing more solo. You know, they start re-rolling new characters and stuff. You know, people aren't like trying to prioritize leveling up, because that's what, you know, parties are really good at, which is it's good at getting you a lot of levels. For those of you who don't understand the mechanics of parties, you still get the same EXP as if you played solo, unless you have a big level differential with the rest of your party or something like that. So I think the person, how does it work actually? It's like the person who's like really high level wouldn't get as much EXP as the people who are like closer to the level of the zone. And then if there's like a over 10 level differential between the players in the party, there's some sort of penalty too. But other than that, if like you were gonna level here anyways and you join a party, you would get the same amount of EXP as if you were, you know, partying or playing normally. However, you guys would probably clear like so much faster. That's assuming everybody is playing a build with, you know, good clear speed. If everyone's playing a build that's like, I don't know, what's like something that has like terrible clear speed? If everybody is playing a Tempest Shield Punishment counterattack build, which I don't know why you would do that, and you guys have shitty clear speed, you know, if there's 6 people in the party, I think they get like 6 times 600% increased like HP or something stupid. So that does slow you down, but otherwise, you know, partying up to get EXP, it's not a bad idea, really. Oh, why is this guy doing so much damage? Esh breaches are actually really scary. I just never understood that until now. My brain never processed just how scary those breaches are. Okay, I said I wanted to go around, right? Going around would also allow us to get rid of, like, you know, this proficiency node maybe. And maybe the versatility nodes. I mean, our accuracy is still good, but we're gonna have to go for a resolute technique eventually, I think. Unless we stick with Poacher's Mark. I don't know which is better, Poacher's Mark, Warlord's Mark. I feel like Warlord's Mark might be better. We already have a 25% chance to get a Frenzy Charge. Why not get, like... Yeah. Why not get Endurance Charges, too? Warlord's Mark? Do I have it? Have to go buy it? Nah.
Yes.
I don't really wanna. Alright, let's go get the curse. We might want it. I think it's in Act 3.
Yes.
Warlords. Here.
Watch yourself.
So let's go for Warlord's Mark versus Poacher's Mark. And see how it does. You know, today is a day of experimentation. Let's just try things out. There we go. Warlord's Mark. So Warlord's Mark gives us Life Leech instead of... Cursed enemies grant Life Leech when hit. Grant Endurance Charge. Yeah. So they give us Life Leech instead, which might be better? I'm not sure. And I mean, now we should be... Yeah, look. Now we're getting both Endurance Charges and Frenzy Charges. I think this is a bit better. Like, overall, this gives us more benefits. Now, the one downside is if we get rid of Poacher's Mark, our accuracy decreases. And that's a bit of a bummer. However, we do have a lot of dexterity, so it's like, do we lose out on that much accuracy, really? Man, elemental damage still really hurts, though. I can't wait for the day I get some spell block. It's gonna be great. Okay. Okay, moving on. So yeah, today, you know, we're not gonna be doing much. It's just Dread Lakes. But there's nothing wrong with playing these things every now and then, you know? Playing Dread Lakes, that's not playing for the character. I'm playing for me. Okay? That's what today is gonna be about. Today is gonna be about me. You know, this is our spa day. Like, this is our version of a spa day. We're just playing to play. No real goals in mind. And yet, there's nothing wrong with that. Okay, I think Warlord's Mark actually performs better than Poacher's Mark. And the reason for that is, before Poacher's Mark gave us... Let's see, how much is it? 9 mana when hit by attacks. Our spell costs 12 per cast. So we were technically losing mana, but with the 2% Life Leech, it's starting to look like... It looks like we can have enough mana even if we were to fight against a single target boss. Oh god, he hurts. So that's nice. Okay, let's kill all the ads. Okay. I don't think I can face tank him. I don't want to try. Okay, so we still run out of mana. Alright. I don't know if we dodged that, if we blocked it, if our armor did something, but all that matters is we didn't die from it.
It seemed to me, Vol.
I actually like didn't pay attention for a second and it got slammed. My toes were all curled up. But we lived. We lived. In terms of defense, how much do we have? We have 3,500 armor. Or sorry, 3,500 evasion, 1,400 armor. Hey, is that a life sprig? That's nice. A leveling item for spellcasters. Although there are some really nice leveling items for spellcasters these days. So I guess it's not that nice. I think life sprigs used to be like worth quite a bit. I don't know which one's the real one. Oh, there he is. Is there any point in killing Nightwing? Honestly, no. He doesn't even give that much EXP and he doesn't give that much loot. So why do I do it? Because it's fun. Yo, today's just about fun, okay? Let's not worry about progression. It was starting to feel like work, you know? Having to progress every single day. Having to do all this stuff. Just to make sure we get back into maps. It was honestly starting to feel like work. And this is a game I love and I don't ever want it to feel like work. So today it's one of those I don't give a fuck days. Let's just farm and kill stuff and get loot and play the game as it's supposed to be played. Hey man, thank you and soon.
What can I do for you, Exile?
Nope. 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 Yes? I mean, it's a pretty good level 40 item. I don't know, maybe I'll like it. We lost our Jeffrey's baptism, so maybe this is like the backup to that. And another unique item. We're slowly getting there for our identifying 100 unique items challenge. How much are we at? 67. Yo, if we identify just like a couple items every day, or every episode, like 2 or 3 items every episode, 10 episodes will be done. 10 episodes might seem like a lot, but 10 episodes is like a week. 5 or 6 days. That's not bad. Although that requires us to actually be farming consistently for an entire episode. Which honestly we don't do. You know, a lot of times I find myself just running around. Or buying items, selling items. There are certain things, you know, that I don't want to use the term clear speed meta too much, but there are certain things, you know, there are certain guidelines if you want to make currency that you should be following, right? Now, I don't follow it too stringently, but certain things I can understand why it's there. And the first thing is, don't pick up random shit. If you pick up random yellows, where it's like you don't even care about them, you're just selling them for alteration shards, you could be getting better loot from just farming. And I totally understand that, and that totally makes sense. And honestly, sometimes it's nice to have just like a change of pace where, you know, for the last 2 weeks, all we did was pick up yellow items and sell it for alteration shards. And then just for today, you know what? We're not going to pick up anything but like worthwhile currency. And that way we're never going back to town. Never going to have to sell. And only when we get good stuff do we actually go, you know, bother to pick it up. And the time that we gain from not picking up all these random yellows like that Dread Maul over there means that, you know, higher chances of us getting a Chaos Orb or something. So you know what? Today, for the next 10 minutes, we're going to be doing that. Well, obviously strong boxes are still quite worth it. Good EXP. You know, good quantity, good pack size. Unfortunately, this is not a map. So the rules, you know, don't exactly... Well, I should still pick up these. The rules don't exactly matter when you're outside of maps, since your real goal should be to progress and get to maps in the first place. But, yo man, I just want to play today. I've been saying it non-stop, just want to play. In certain times, or certain, you know, in certain days, all you want to do is just indulge in the game that is Path of Exile. Alright. I mean, we're definitely not blowing up the breaches like we used to. Right? But that's nothing to be ashamed of. Every character has their weak moments. And, you know, for the next probably 6 or 7 episodes, we're going to be experiencing our weak moment. It's okay. Why am I leveling these random gems? Arctic armor. Honestly, I have no idea. Still don't. One of the reasons is I still haven't figured out what I really want to use in the late game. Arctic armor, blasphemy, determination. I don't know. Grace. So I'm just leveling leveling everything just in case, you know. But it's probably going to be something like determination, blasphemy. I would say that's going to be my choice. I really like going armor, even though it's bad, but the big numbers makes me happy. And, you know, the curses are pretty good. Being able to get frenzy charges and endurance charges with our current build, damage, and tankiness. It's like everything I ever wanted. I just want an all-rounder character, you know? Jack of all trades, master of none. We can like kinda tank. We can kinda do damage. Are we like, you know, the masters of clear speed? Hell no. If we get killed by something, or if we get hit by something that does a really big hit, will we die? Yeah, probably. But it's like everything in the middle, we're gonna be good. So we just have to watch out for the extreme cases. I'm okay with that. Alright. So how's it going? Let's do one more run, and then call it an episode, or yeah, probably call it an episode at that point. So just, you know, today is a really quick episode. Just playing for the EXP. Just playing for the enjoyment. And you know what? Every now and then, maybe it's nice to switch it up. If you have too much of something, it becomes not so fun. So, you know, what I recommend you try out doing is, if you're a player that tends to, you know, pick up every single item on the ground and TP's back, you know, to all the time to sell all your stuff. Maybe today when you're playing, try to resist that temptation. Pick up the items that you think you actually need. Otherwise, just pick up currency and don't ever TP back and just keep killing things. Do it for 30 minutes. It's like a really nice way to de-stress. If you're somebody who plays clear speed meta all the time, maybe hop on your tanky character and just, you know, tank up like a couple boss hits, pick up all the random items on the ground, and, you know, play to just sell items. I feel like switching things up every now and then, like it really brings some more life back into Path of Exile. Not that you know, it's Path of Exile was like, you know, this dead game where there's nothing to do, but it's like if you do the same thing over and over again, eventually it loses its appeal. So you gotta switch it up. Like right now, I'm having so much fun. Because I'm not worrying about the items on the ground. I'm not really thinking about it. Unless I see like some good items or currency or, you know, items that are around my item level or near my base type that are worth picking up, I won't go pick it up, and instead I'm just playing the game. However, if I were to do this every single day, if I were to conform to the clear speed meta, I feel like I would get bored of it. If you do the same thing over and over, eventually it loses its appeal. It loses its sheen, man. So we're gonna do like a little bit of everything. That's gonna be our style. Although admittedly that was always our style, right? We never strayed from that, not really. Okay. And the only reason we can do this is because Blade Flurry is strong enough where we can just turn off our minds and talk while playing. Like if we were playing a character that it's like every 3 hits from like a normal monster would be a chance for us to die, like I couldn't be doing this. I would be like totally concentrated on the game. But instead I can just farm things, stare at what drops, and then and talk. Just talk. Like our Siege Ballista build. Like, yes, it was fun. It was like a cool new mechanic. I got tired of it pretty quick, mostly due to the fact that I don't think we built them well. I saw a build the other day where some guy went Facebreaker, War Chief Totem. I wanted to do that build like that afterwards. And he was like stunning everything in the game. Like, that is super cool. Really wanted to do it, but I had to give up on the stunning dream. Mostly because I really wanted to play this build, the knockback Cyclone build, which I had to give up on for, you know, for this point in time, since we don't have spell block yet. But that dream is still alive. It's very much alive. Once we get into late Merciless, oh brother, you better be excited, because I am. Silver Flutter the Repulsive. I actually saw Silver Flutter the Repetitive. Like, that's like an accurate description of this game. Okay, I have a level. I have a pen. I have a level. Ah. Pen level. What do I do with my level? I get Sentinel. All of this is for when we eventually, well, first of all, when we get into Merciless, we're going to need a lot of resistances. So let's build that up right now. And it's not like, oh, you know, you're not Merciless yet, you shouldn't get your resistances, it's not worth the points. Dude, we're like really close to it. And the other thing is, when we get our Formless Inferno, we're still going to be equipping that. So we want to be in a spot where we have good fire resistance as well. So let's just get all of these prereqs completed. Alright. Oh, a jewel. Hey, that's pretty sweet. Alright. I think we're clear here. Let's TP back. What's the time? 30 minutes. On the, not really on the dot. It's 29 minutes and 30 seconds. That's a pretty good spot. Physical damage with wands, lightning damage. No thanks.
Bye.
What's this? Stone hammer? I don't remember picking that up. I thought I said I wouldn't pick up random shit. But I legitimately don't remember picking that one up. Oh well. Do I have enough time to do the mines? Honestly, probably not. So we will do that next episode. But we did get like two levels today, 2 or 3 levels today. So that's pretty good. Our damage, it's looking fine. Accuracy is okay. Picked up Warlord's Mark instead of Poacher's Mark, and I'm actually liking it a lot better. Having endurance charges as well as frenzy charges from the Restless Passion. You know, it's a good mix, because before we weren't getting the benefits of Poacher's Mark, where we get, you know, percent chance to get what was it, 25% chance to get frenzy charges. We already had 25%, so whatever. Like, this is probably a lot better. So that's it for this episode, though. Thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, as always, you can leave a like and subscribe to my channel for more updates in the future. Otherwise, keep in touch, guys, and I'll see you guys next time. Soon.